I'm certain I've got that.
You want me to do it?
No, you do not have that, Miller. You do not have that.
I'm certain.
Miller, you ain't doing a mother.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
certain. What do you mean?
You are not driving flying shit right now,
Carmine.
Miller.
I've pulled that shit in your shape before. I killed 2 people.
All right, come on, guys.
Okay.
So, do I need to grab you?
I now. Oh, good. They're doing something.
Somebody grab Knight.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm gonna be here. I'm just chatting with Carmine. All right. So what's going on?
All right. I don't know how much of.
Let me just ask directly, right?
You want to ride with Jack?
Come on, say the D.
So, okay, yeah, go ahead. I think I know what happened. You explained it to me. Right? These guys threatened to shoot you. They then
there was a lot of evidence.
Probably shot you. They were GSR negative. Yes. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's fucking horse shit. If these people want to come and fuck around with you, right, and they end up finding out, stop being a pussy bitch. And I'm gonna be honest, if I saw it from beginning to end, you know, they'd have more to worry about. You feel me?
Hey, thank you, Chief Knight.
Yeah.
But I will say this.
Yeah.
I didn't press any charge related to the gun.
Yeah.
Even though after what you told me, there was a lot of probable cause evidence suggesting more than likely that he probably did shoot. But I didn't press that charge. Angel was their lawyer, okay, and she knows the Constitution, Penal Code, all that stuff inside out.
Right.
She did write it.
Right. Okay.
She advised them to not take it to a bench trial because they're going to push it to the docket. And her point of contention was that I'm withholding on the magazine and rounds. And my reasoning for it was that I was holding on.
Wait, did this go to bench trial?
No, it didn't. It didn't. They pled not guilty and they served.
Brother, you got played then.
Yeah. How so?
Just because she wrote some shit, which is probably not the case. What was her argument? I'm confused.
It was about the items evidence that we found on Crimbo. We found a magazine and bullets, and I'm holding on to it because I believe that it's connected to me being shot, and we're looking for the gun, right? Because it corroborates that he more than likely had a gun and he probably threw it somewhere, but I couldn't prove that. So I'm holding on to that until that gun surfaces.
Here's the thing, right? And I always say this: it's what you can prove, right? And so whatever charges you're comfortable with is always what you're going to want to go with, right? So I respect the decision at the end of the day, because if I'm like, hey, you can get this, I will never mean that to mean, hey, you need to do this. I'm not on that shit. You know what I mean? So
because I haven't gone to court for a case like this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, if I'm pressing a charge, I want to be like 100% sure I can get it. Then I push the envelope and see.
Word of advice, right? And this is what I want you to think about, right, for future, is these are would have been your points of articulation. The first is the threats you heard in the car originally by the same suspects that you can identify. The second is the chase. The third is the shots that came as soon as you were shot, right? The fourth is their re-engagement and threats towards you. The fifth is one of them pulling out a weapon, and this is all related because you were shot by these individuals, and then the GSR negative that came on Crimbo, right?
No, so it came back positive on him.
Positive, sorry. And so with all of these things in mind, the weapon is irrelevant. Like, it's relevant. It would have been like, 100%.
Oh,
right?
I see. Like, he would have to take an affirmative defense.
Yes,
because there's so much evidence against him.
Exactly, because you have you already had probable cause that he shot, right?
Yes.
The second is, in court, it is beyond a keyword reasonable doubt. Now, unfortunately, a lot of dumb fucks, including in our department and certainly out on the streets, don't know what reasonable doubt is. When their brain processes it, they think 100% certainty. That's not what that means. It means reasonable, beyond a reasonable doubt. So there needs to be a reasonable alternative, like that the judge is going to need to play out in their mind, right? Does that make sense? I know I'm like stressing those words, but
I understand.
Those are key words.
You don't have to like definitely prove they did it. So long as you have more evidence that suggests they did it.
It's that there isn't a reasonable alternative scenario, right? Based on the evidence presented, right?
Okay.
So
I've already charged them for a bunch of the crimes. I didn't charge him for the attempted murder of a police officer. I don't think I can.
Don't get too pressed
unless
on
that unless that gun resurfaces or like he gets arrested and he has it in his possession. Then I can charge him with attempted murder because new evidence surfaced.
You could. So just to be sure here, you could, but it would be a question mark whether it would be one in trial, right? So I think every so often it's worth, when the evidence kind of stacked up, it's kind of worth going to trial, because like if it's bad enough, right? Attempted murder, depends how you feel about the situation. Mostly because it is a learning experience, and keying in on what the judge says if you lose, so that you can take that, put it in your pocket for the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. The thing I'm worried about is if I go to court and I try and press charges that I believe are right.
Based on the evidence, right?
Based on the evidence.
Yeah.
And then I lose.
You tell them to suck a dick. You did the right thing. You know what I mean? Who cares? Listen, too many dumb fucks, both criminals and cops, and trust me, we used to get this in the MCU all the time, are way too caught up on wins and losses because they think it's a fucking back truck. Those people are, all right? Because that's not how the law works. We as law enforcement, especially one that is still struggling to build up expertise in pressing charges, the court case is a test as well, right? And until there's more trials and more precedent, there is no right or wrong. In fact, at the end of it, it is the opinion of a judge, right? So I want you to keep that in mind, is that as long as you go out of that, let's say you do end up, it doesn't go in the way you wanted. You listen to what they said and you say, how do we get them next time? What do we miss? I'm going to give you one example, right? If this hits. We just got done with a case where these dumb fucks, the Raiders, well, actually, they're not all dumb fucks. Some of them are nice, but some of them are kind of nasty. But anyways, we arrested them, warrant, and one of them was doing weed deliveries, or doing like a weed transaction. I pushed for the other officers initially were like, oh, we're going to do felony obstruction for the vehicle that picked her up. I said, hell no. We're doing accessory to criminal transaction, because not only is it the right charge based on the wording, but they're on the same radio, Now, could they go and say, well, that's not what we're used to? Hell no, bro. We're going to hit them with the right shit. And if we end up losing in court, it's fine, because there's probably a reason. We put that in the back pocket, we run it back. You know what I mean? But
understood. I'm going to try and take that approach.
Yeah.
I do usually go for the safer option of charges, like the ones I know are going to stick.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm going to start taking more risks.
Yeah.
And when I say risks, I mean go for charges I don't usually press.
Yeah. And do it when it matters. You know what I mean? When it's like meaningful, you know?
Yeah. All right. I'll keep that all in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you for this conversation, Brian Knight. I'll keep you in the loop with if this goes to the docket and there's a civil case or anything.
Easy. Just let me ask you real quick. How much were they pressing you about shooting?
There was a lot of cops that were unsure about it. They said, "Are you?" A lot of them wanted me to say that yes, I know 100% that he shot. They didn't. It sounded like they didn't.
I got you. Were any of them saying like? Were any of them up their ass and like opping for the other side?
In the moment, I thought so, but I spoke to all the people
Okay.
involved. No, I wouldn't say
Okay.
anyone was doing
Good,
that.
good, good. All right. All right, Carmine. You take care.
All right. Take care. Take care, night.
Yep.
In what fucking world?
You locked me in there, and then he asked me out on a date.
Well, oh my God. I'm sorry about that.
Are you on crack as well, dickhead?
Well, I thought that went pretty well.
Let's get Maxwell
I thought
first,
he was a pretty charming gentleman. I don't know if I agree with his religious perspectives, but I thought we got along quite well.
We're coming back now. Let's wanted to show off his stuff. Okay.
You're good. I was just talking to what do you call it?
Did you see James Callahan's twat? He's pissed off about the book stuff.
Lemons from
Pretty
Florida.
funny. Look, it's water.
Maybe sweet tea with a bit of a bitter touch.
Miller might kill me.
I'll take a look. I was just talking to Carmine about the situation for
Oh,
earlier.
all